Are you a little nervous? I feel like...
Honestly, I am sweating.
Yeah.
I am sweating a little bit.
You never know what's going to happen.
No. Come on. Be predictable for a minute. No. God, no. Don't reach. Stop. Are you... Hold on. I can't say the F word.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, my...
For audio listeners, I flipped Sarah off.
Oh, my God. That could have been so much worse.
Yeah.
Welcome back to episode 140. An even episode. It ends in a 0. It starts with a 14. It's a great number.
1 + 4 = 5. One of my favorite numbers.
5's such a good number.
Love the number 5.
But like 5 times 0 is 0.
Yeah, well, 0 times anything is 0.
I know. It's such a powerful number.
Speaking of 0, I'm feeling a little off today because I'm missing. There's a 0 necklace on my neck. Usually I have I usually have a chain on. It's like, do you have anything you wear every day?
Everything I own.
Okay.
No, someone asked me the other day, like, do you have a jewelry box? And I was like, no, I wear everything.
Yeah. Okay. So exactly. So like, if I didn't wear my chain today, I feel like nude.
No, if
I feel like something's off.
Yeah. I used to wear a lot more rings, and if I took a ring off, I'm like, I can't. Am I wearing pants?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
am I pants on?
Yeah.
I feel that.
I'm superstitious, and I feel like it's gonna cause some kind of issue with me today. What?
I know I'm spelled everything wrong, but can you check the list? That's meant to say superstitious.
I gotta. Okay.
Alex,
God.
don't laugh.
We're gonna put this for anybody that's audio. You gotta see this.
Okay.
There's no way that I knew you were gonna say that because
I know.
How could I have
spelling?
read that?
Yeah, the spelling is so far gone. But I wanted to like make it so I could understand what I meant.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I went, hard in the paint.
That's wild. Both superstitious today.
I know. We're both superstitious. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah.
Let's bring it home, Alex.
Bringing it home. It was a rough weekend for us college football watchers.
But fun.
Fun, but rough. Embarrassing, one might say.
Yeah.
For fans of Ohio State, the Ohio State University, my alma mater. Just blew it. Just sucked.
I have to say,
It's pathetic.
well, rivalry day is like my favorite in college.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
So exciting because I feel like there's nothing that really gets me as jazzed as rivals.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun to me. Like, it makes sports that much more exciting, especially if you're like a little bit of a bystander. Like, I didn't go to a college that had football. So like, I fucking cling on to any other football rivalry. Like, I find it so much, it draws me in that much more. Like, I hate Ohio. Literally, it's my like favorite team to hate, right?
Yeah.
I don't even like Michigan.
Understandably.
But I was literally yelling, screaming at this game as if I grew up in both hometowns. Like, I basically was like wearing the uniform of both teams. I was so fucking excited and so fucking jazzed the whole time. I'm thinking of you the whole time.
Thank you.
Mind you.
Yeah. I mean, Sarah texted us immediately after. And I was still raging. One, because of the loss, because this is our 4th loss to the team up north, which is what Ohio State people call that school. And it's, number one, embarrassing to lose 4 years in a row to them.
Yeah.
Well,
especially this team this year.
We're supposed to be number 2.
Yeah.
They're 6-5.
Yeah.
And then what was really embarrassing, so I want to get your opinion because I'm split on it.
Okay.
The reaction afterwards.
Yeah.
This happened in
I don't know what the internet's saying. This happened multiple. It was everywhere. Which was shocking.
That's part of what like my kind of embarrassment around it is because like, so if you didn't watch, after Ohio State lost, one of the opposing team's players on Michigan ran with a flag and planted it at midfield in the middle of the O.
And like, for backstory, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is something that happens with whoever wins.
It does happen.
The other team plants their flag.
It's not necessarily like tradition, but it is a celebration that's happening more often.
Right.
Like, it's not like, oh, you earned this right or whatever, but like, it does happen. And it happened so many times in college football this weekend. Like, Arizona versus Arizona State, one of their players put like a trident into the middle of the field after they won, and there was a fight also. There was a fight
for that one?
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
There's plenty of this. So this happens all the time. Like,
okay.
So for me, I was just like, I understand when the players who have been there for 4 years at Ohio State, who have lost to Michigan 4 years in a row, Like that's unheard of, especially in recent years.
Yeah.
For them to be like really salty about it.
Totally.
But like you lost.
Right.
You
And
lose,
at home.
lose with grace. Like lose with like I don't know. I at the same time I understand like you don't want them to disrespect our field. But like
Right. I go back and forth too, and this kind of ties into the Gladiator. For me, like one, I just like to say, I played soccer at a D2 level school, women's soccer. Okay, so
all right,
so I want
D2.
No. What I'm trying to say is, I barely had any fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like first off, it's hard to get fans for women's sports.
Yeah.
And second off, it's D2, so it's really not that big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And still, even the little fans that we got, let me tell you, I got fucking jazzed.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I could see how Brandi Chastain whipped off her shirt at the Olympics and swirled it around.
100%.
So I can't imagine the type of adrenaline that is going through these players on rivalry day.
100%.
Everyone's watching this game.
Arguably one of the biggest rivalry games anywhere.
Yes.
Like anywhere.
This is one of the number ones that everyone's watching, okay? I can understand, in a sense that like you're so fucking fired up.
Yeah.
Like you're so angry. You're more angry than like you're not rational.
100%.
Like you have like hundreds of thousands. I don't know how big the stadium is.
Massive.
But it's massive. You have all of these people like cheering for you. You like I feel like it's an out of body experience that you can only understand when you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I also try to like give that like perspective of like these teams hate each other.
100%.
Like, and they have like such fucking build up to this game. Like, they showed like a Jim Harbaugh quote like before the game or something, or maybe it was halftime, that talked about like the only game that they care about is beating Ohio. It doesn't matter if we won before or won after. Like, this is the game that matters. And it's like, I don't think people can truly understand what that kind of like rivalry and build up feels like. So like, yes, I think that you should, as a human being, like lose with grace, and like you should not start a fight and like have that kind of commotion after. But I also can't pretend that I don't know. What I'm saying is I can't pretend to know what it's like to have that kind of fucking stage, to have those people cheering for you, to have that build up for that game, and then to lose, and then to see the people you hate put the flag in the middle. Like, I can imagine that's like horrible.
100%.
100%. Like and so like I hate to just obviously like do a throwaway thing of like pathetic. Like poor losers. Like they suck. So it's like there's like this balance. And then also, side note, my biggest fear is being trampled. Like that is like one of my number ones.
Well, that's why
I know.
They pepper sprayed because one kid got like knocked out or something. I know. Yeah.
And like if you think that you can control, people see kids run the field. Once a stampede starts, it's over for you.
Yeah.
Like that is like and if anyone who has been to a music festival as well, like anyone who has seen these experiences of that many people in one place and has been in a rushing situation, like it is actually terrifying. Absolutely. I can't imagine being in a situation that becomes out of control to a point where now people are dying. People are being run over. That is like my stomach's in shambles just thinking about it. So it's like, then there's also that give and take of like, people were pepper sprayed. That's insane. But it's like, what if there was a stampede of all of these people?
Yeah. Being honest, I did jump pretty quick to, that's pathetic, like win with grace, like lose with grace thing. But it was because one, I was angry lost. And then seeing them fight, and then seeing like the cameras cut to like the Michigan players with like their eyes like clearly look like that.
No, that was crazy.
I was like, oh my God, like this looks like the biggest sore loser event ever.
Yeah.
I had no context that they were like protecting this kid that had got knocked out, or that was how that had ended up happening or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just like, this looks so like embarrassing.
I know.
4 years in a row.
I know.
Can't beat them.
Yep.
New coach comes in, also beats us. Like all this stuff. So I was like, it just felt super just like disappointing.
Yeah.
And I agree. I've not been on a stage like Ohio State versus Michigan. I can't
imagine.
I don't think anybody can really relate to that unless you've been in something like that. So yeah, I mean, I don't blame the players for getting upset. It was just like, oh God, this was so disappointing.
And I know it feels yucky to have someone put their fucking flag in the middle of their field.
100%.
That feels yucky. But you can't like hit somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even though you want to.
Yeah. Did you see the USC player that punched the Notre Dame player on the ground?
Jesus.
Oh, I saw that.
It was wild.
Right in the helmet.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Can we talk about punching somebody in the helmet?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Stupid.
It looks dumb.
You look stupid
It looks
as hell.
dumb, yeah.
It's like you're hurting your own hand.
You're going to break your wrist.
When I was going to talk about this a couple weeks ago because I see it all the time when I watch football, is coaches giving high fives but on the head. Like people fucking smack each other on the head.
I hate that.
I find that to be, if someone smacked me on the head, I'd be like, can you not? I'm in my helmet.
Yes,
this hurts.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, but it
just kind of like
jostles you.
I have this dream. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but like I have this dream, and we can make it happen, honestly, to put a football helmet on and to run, just to see what it's like.
You've never done that before?
No.
Huh.
Because, I find football to be, a great sport.
Yeah.
But I like to imagine. Could you imagine running with a helmet on and then looking back over your shoulder and you got you can see this much and then you're holding your arms out and you hope to catch it?
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how insane that is.
It really is.
Especially with the helmet.
Yeah. I played 1 year of football in middle school.
Flag?
No, regular, like full pads and like that. And it was because I played regular football with my friends growing up, you know what I mean? Like just with your friends, no helmets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the difference of putting on all the pads and playing with that versus just touch football or even tackle with no pads on.
It's crazy.
It's so nuts. It's so nuts.
Yeah, I just don't think people understand the weight of the helmet.
No.
And running
everything.
with it.
Restrictions to everything.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a side note of the. Yes, okay, I'm dying to hear what you're saying, honestly.
Now I wanted to mention the attendance at the Ohio State-Michigan game was 106,000.
Yeah,
could you? I don't think the energy. I don't know if everyone's been to a college football game either. I said this recently because I was kind of a fucking hater of college football.
Yeah.
Because the theory of watching 18-year-olds and you're 40 and you're go.
Yeah,
At first I was
it's funny.
Lame.
Yeah.
These are children. But then I went, and I experienced it. And let me just tell you, as a professional football lover, college football is where it's at.
It's electric.
It's electric. The fandom of college football cannot be underestimated.
No.
It is magical. And it is I can say that it will trounce professional football.
Oh.
There is fickle fucking people when it comes to professional football. Your college, you will die for that team. People don't understand the electricity in those games.
No.
And especially if you're not into football and you are people that go to Ohio and people that go to Michigan, that is their whole, I don't want to say whole personality, but people back those teams life or death, you guys.
Yeah.
This is their blood. The connection people have to those football teams is as big as anything I've ever seen.
Columbus, Ohio shuts down on Saturdays. The whole city, everything is geared towards the football game. Nothing else matters. It's so much fun.
Taking a quick break from college football to tell you about today's episode sponsor, CornBread. It is officially December, finally, which means it's time for parties and holiday shopping. Now, believe me, I know just how crazy the holidays can get. And if you have a big family like me, you know there's bound to be at least one crazy white elephant exchange or a trip that feels a little longer than it actually is. But don't worry, because thanks to CornBread, you can give the gift of rest and relaxation to yourself and your loved ones. So say goodbye to holiday dread and welcome in the new year feeling the best you ever have. Plus, CornBread just released their holiday gift guide, which makes picking out the best gifts easier than ever. And there's a lot of ands in here. And so to make things even better, CornBread offers free shipping and backs all products with their 30-day better life guarantee. So if you're looking for a healthier way to relieve aches and pains while getting a better night's sleep, try CornBread's hemp USDA organic CBD gummies. They're full spectrum, including THC, flower only, and third-party lab tested. What are you waiting for? If you want to give CornBread a try, they're offering Are We Still Friends listeners 30% off your first order. Just visit cornbreadhemp.com/stillfriends and use promo code StillFriends at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/stillfriends and use code StillFriends for 30% off your first order. This is the good life. Okay, bye. It's so much fun.
On campus the week before the game week, every M is crossed out with red tape. Like on every sign.
I love it.
There was an M on a big like skyscraper crane when I was there.
Oh my God.
And somebody went up there and put big ass tape.
Willing to die
to cover every M on campus.
That's
like,
what I
it's
mean.
insane.
It's like the commitment to these teams. And that's why I always try to like imagine being 18, 19 and there's over 100,000 people cheering for you or booing you.
Yeah.
Imagine what that does to you. Like that is like being like Taylor Swift. I'm going to bring her up as much as I can. In a stadium, singing to all those people. Like, imagine what that feels like.
It's like, and it is like Taylor Swift because although Taylor Swift is 37, she acts like she's 17.
She's nowhere near 37.
How old is she? I know she's 30.
My age.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
35. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Her birthday's
nowhere near. Fairly close to.
No, I actually, we'll circle back to that. She's not 35 yet, you guys. She's 34. She turns 35 December.
My apologies. I did not mean to
13th.
interrupt.
God, I'm so sorry, you guys. Taylor, I'm sorry I misaged you. What were we talking about? Oh, Taylor Swift.
No, we were talking about being that young in that high stakes of a situation.
Yes, like, I don't think, like, it's so much energy and you are feeding off that energy. And like, I feel like every cell in your body would be heightened.
Yeah.
Because again, you are getting into a car crash after car crash and then getting up and going again.
Yeah.
So like you have to have something that's going to basically electrocute you.
Yeah.
And that's the audience.
Yeah, 100%.
And probably the multiple CTEs that you have by the end of the game.
Of course.
That plays a part, maybe.
That definitely plays a part. And as somebody who suffers from CTE.
Wait, do you?
100%. So that's why I stopped playing soccer, was because of how many I've gotten.
Well, goalies do get a lot.
I've gotten enough. I have footage of one where in college.
You have footage?
Yeah, of me like coming out for a ball played over the top.
Oh, I'm thinking.
I come out to like meet the ball and the and the attacker at the same time. Usually, attackers jump over the goalie. Sometimes if like. You don't
jump over? Like what was their intention? They're trying to head it?
No. The ball is like bouncing on the ground.
Oh,
and so he's going to try to take a touch over me.
Oh. Got it.
And I grab the ball.
Yeah.
The bottom of his knee hits me square in the forehead.
No, Alex.
And
did you knock out?
My head, I kept playing. My head whips back. Then the cameras cut and then I played for like 10 more minutes or 15 more minutes apparently.
You played?
Yeah. And then like I just like went down, like I took a knee and was like saying like I take.
No one came and checked on you?
Not to like that
the way
specific.
it is today?
Not the way of like any kind of like that. And they're also, it's not like on camera where like commentators are like, oh my God. Like
no, totally.
He went fence. I didn't go fencing position on that one. Do you know what that is?
No.
So it's what happened to Trevor Lawrence. If you saw Trevor Lawrence's hit this weekend.
Yeah, I'm unaware.
So a fencing position is when, a concussion is when your brain hits the inside, just somewhere on the skull, somewhere it bounces against the skull. So when Trevor Lawrence got hit, he was sliding. The guy hit him when his head was sideways. Then the back of his head hit the ground.
Yeah.
His brain hits there. And then so when he does that, it goes into what's called a fencing position, where one side of your body kind of extends straight out, and the other kind of goes like curls in, like one of your legs curls up and like one of your arms curls up, so it looks like you're almost fencing. Yeah. Kate's
one's down.
Got a photo of it. So you see his left arm is extended, his left leg is extended, his right leg is cocked, and his right arm is cocked.
Oh, my stomach hurts looking at that.
So, and apparently it's supposed to be like, it has something to do with like your brainstem like shutting off for a moment, like and there's like traumatic injury to it, and it just kind of like really shocks you like that.
Yeah.
People who've seen Tua Tagovailoa's injuries will see the same thing. Like he goes into this like his fingers start curling up and stuff like that, and like, I mean, it's so dangerous. It's so bad. It's what like I'm interested when you played soccer. Did you see people get like knocked out or like head injuries and stuff like that? Because I think Brandi Chastain is donating her brain to science for.
She's still alive, right?
But when she dies, she's going to donate her brain to science to see what the impact of repetitive headers and stuff like that has to do with her head. Because they don't let kids under 12 head the ball anymore in U.S. soccer. Yeah, you're not allowed. You're not like, it's literally if there's a header, like you stop the game.
Wait, I need to look into this because that actually changes soccer.
It's either under 12 or under 10. It's just because they're under 10. Like,
I guess
none of them know how to like
well, why don't imagine. So when I was growing up, we started talking about this.
Yeah.
And a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but of 1/4. I'm going to say 1/4 of girls got the thing that you put on your head.
So my mom made me wear this after I got a little bit. And that thing, like I talked to my doctor about it after I'd gotten, I think this was like, I got like around 5 or 6.
That's crazy.
Confirmed.
That's a lot.
Yeah. By age 19. That's when I stopped playing. And I talked to my doctor about it, and he was like, this is like literally like a mouse pad.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is, you're putting a headband on that has the thickness of a mouse pad here.
It's not helpful.
Yeah, it's not, because again, it's the whiplash of your head hitting. I mean, maybe it helps a little bit, but it really doesn't change what happens.
That's the thing though. Like headers to me, I mean, like that's the bigger problem. Like headers to me aren't the issue of concussion.
But so for kids, the reason why they're doing it is because they're saying that they're too weak in their necks, and they also just don't know how to do it yet. Like no.
I guess I'm thinking 10 is 4th grade.
Yeah,
like that's I'm reacting as if you're saying there's no more headers in soccer.
Yeah, like in high school.
Yeah. But I'm like, how do you play soccer without your head? I'm like, that's like saying you can't like play soccer with your feet.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like headers are part of almost every play.
100%. But in 4th grade, it's like a goal kick sometimes doesn't even leave the ground.
Exactly.
Like,
context. There we go, Sarah. 10 is 4th grade. You're fine.
Yeah. But still, yeah.
I feel like for me, I don't think I ever got a concussion, and my reasoning would be again like I was never the center midfield. Like I was never necessarily the position that was going head to head because of my height. So I was like, okay, like let me jump for this ball and get to the person's belly button.
Yeah.
So like I never had that kind of situation. Like I've been hit hard and I've fallen on the ground hard, but nothing to where I thought I had a concussion. Nothing to like what we saw happen in football.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And we talked in the bonus a couple weeks ago about like why I was scared to have a son. But like I always thought in my head, like I never want to have to make the decision of like, can you play football?
Yeah.
Because like that sounds silly.
Yeah.
You know? But and especially as coming from someone who loves football.
Yeah.
But it's like we know how bad that is for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, and if you watch football, it's a collision sport. You're hitting somebody every single play. And a lot of the concussions that I saw over the weekend, like a lot of the shit that I saw wasn't necessarily even hits. It was like what happened to Trevor Lawrence, which was a hit.
Yeah.
But I felt like the major impact,
it was
the hitting the ground. The heads hitting the ground. It was like so like stomach churning. Like just talking about the Trevor Lawrence thing for a second, like that play, that was like, again, bringing up Gladiator, that was like a Gladiator type of like fight to the death.
Yeah.
Like this guy went in with his arm, which I guess is maybe better than the head. I don't know, but it felt like a fight. Like it felt like a fight before the fight. And then it was kind of reminded me of like a goalie situation, right? It was like they went after the quarterback and like his whole team was like, oh, I'm going to kill this guy.
Yeah.
The same way if anyone goes for goalie, it's like it's a fight. No matter what happened, like now we're fighting.
Yeah. Shout out to my right and left center backs, Jordan and Zach. They would always.
Are they listening?
They've been probably not.
Okay, well,
but I just want to give them credit where credit's due. I played high school and college soccer with them a lot, and they were the most like, if you touch our goalie, we're coming fucking after you. Like
that's
fighting
the mentality.
guys. Yeah. And I got like, I mean, the mentality is nice, but it is goalies that have more of a danger to it because you're throwing your head towards the ground a lot of times, and you're like, you're at people's feet when people aren't necessarily, and like you're just standing in front of a shot.
Yeah.
But the ones that I got as a kid, I dove into a post.
Jesus Christ, Alex.
I got kicked in the head. I went up for a cross, and I got undercut, so I landed on the back of my neck.
Oh, Jesus.
Knee to my head.
Oh, God. Every time you say anything, I'm like, oh, Alex.
Because they're all, I mean, brain stuff is bad. You don't want to do it.
No, I know.
That's why my memory's so bad. That's why my impulse control is so bad also. That's why it was so it was so funny. When we talked about like leaving our mark, like I mentioned like molding my butthole. Like, on and one of our commenters like commented like, what did Alex do? And I was like, I just thought this might have been like common knowledge that I had gone on Noel's podcast and molded my butthole on Tinder with a girl. But that's not something that I gave a lot of thought because I have brain damage.
Well, honestly, no, like the thing is like I kind of feel like that too. Like, and I feel like we've said this in our text chain is like, I'll do I'll sacrifice myself for a good laugh.
100%.
Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm down for the laugh.
Yeah.
And like, if it's at my expense, then like, it's
it's
part of it.
Exactly.
If it's funny,
Yes.
it's funny. Something's funny to me.
Yes.
Like, I'm willing to fall on the sword, like physically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I 100% agree.
So
I think self-deprecating jokes can be fucking hilarious. And like
the thing is like, even if it's like a physical action of something, like
Yeah.
I'm willing to do it if
Yes.
it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to describe that besides what I just did.
No. I
Okay.
understand exactly
I have
what you
no
mean.
concussions though, and I'm like, and I'm still willing to throw myself on the line.
On the line
for a joke.
to a joke. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. To the end of making people laugh. I
Yeah.
agree. I think it's fun.
Like,
I think-
are you giggling?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
fine. I'm
Exactly.
fine. You
I'm
know?
alive.
Yeah.
Kate?
I imagine it's like when guys kick each other in the nuts for fun.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
To be like laugh about
But like,
it.
yeah,
I guess.
girls would never find that funny. You know, like
No.
we'd be like, okay, guys, but like exactly like that. It's like, oh, if people around me are giggling, like I'm doing something right.
Yeah. Yeah. I did. You know. It's so funny. I was talking about this over the weekend with my cousins, and making people laugh has always been such a fun like goal. Like my little sister would always piss herself, like full on pee herself if we made her laugh enough. Like we talked about all the different ways that we made her pee her pants. like,
Yeah.
growing up.
This sounds like Alina.
But
Like
like
trying to make Alina laugh. She'd
yeah,
piss her pants.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So like we made her pee her pants on the trampoline once. We made her pee her pants. My mom was driving once.
You know you hit.
Yeah.
If she peed.
If she peed.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And one time my mom was driving, she like hit the curb once and was like she just wasn't driving great. And when we got home, like me and my dad got out of the car and like kissed the ground, and my sister peed
Beautiful.
all over the back seat, like all over my dad's back seat. And then
It's such a good like thermometer
absolutely
for like what kind of jokes
Yeah.
you're telling.
yeah. So my goal has always been to make people laugh.
Yeah.
So if I will do anything to make that happen,
I know.
I'm desperate for other people's approval.
And you know what's crazy too? Like I do this with Corbin because I feel like it's sometimes hard to make Corbin
Yeah.
laugh, but it's like always my like Rice Krispie, you know? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's my Mount Everest.
Yes.
So what I do with him, and I'll probably do it here too, but like if I make him laugh,
Yeah.
you better believe I'm saying that joke
Yes.
right after.
Yeah.
And just like a little bit different of a like an inflection.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, I hit my knee, and he's
Yeah.
like laughing. I'm like, but I hit my knee.
Yeah.
And then I look at him. I'm like, I killed it.
Yeah. Write that down. Use that for later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's so funny. It's like I have Corbin as my thing to like make laugh, and you have your sister pissing herself, which is really fucking funny.
And when she was younger, she didn't want to eat. She was like a really like picky eater. She never wanted to eat.
I feel that.
So my parents would have me do a funny dance in front of her, and she would laugh and open her mouth, and then they would just put the spoon in her mouth and just like spackle her mouth with food. I would get up and I would do like some kind of like leg kicking
Yeah.
out, like arms going like this thing, and she would just go
Middle
"Ah!"
child.
and then they would just fucking like put the food in her mouth.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there from brain damage.
No.
Oh, brain damage seeking approval, something like that.
Something like do it for the
Something like
joke.
that.
Do
But-
it for the giggle.
But importantly, talking about brain damage, one of my fellow CTE brain damaged brothers was attacked.
Wait, we didn't know he had CTE.
He does. Like, and I've
Okay, you guys, just
So
for context, we're
there's
talking about Josh Allen
Yes.
getting engaged to
Hailee
who?
Steinfeld.
Thank you. Before this podcast, Alex goes, he got engaged to Hayden Panettiere.
I have brain damage. I can't-
Okay, well now you're making me feel bad.
So
You can't just pull shit like,
You know what's-
I got concussed.
you know what's so fucking fun? I do this to my mom all the time, and
Oh,
she
man,
hates it.
so good.
She hates it.
I would hate it too.
My dad laughs a little bit, but then it's like, huh? And then my mom's like, "Do you really think that?" I'm like, "I mean, I don't know.
No, I can't
think.
remember anything.
I really can't think." Like, and so she gets
you
so
forget something at
upset.
the store and you're like, brain damage.
Can you really hate a guy? I'm just
You
trying.
put me in soccer, Mom.
I'm trying my
is on
best.
you.
I really am.
Anyways, Josh Allen got engaged.
Got engaged. Love it for him.
Love it.
him.
People love them as a couple, and I also ship.
As do I. I want to.
I would prefer if Josh Allen was on the Giants. Let me state that clearly.
I've actually. Yeah, growing up, I was a Giants fan. Daniel Jones is gone now, so maybe
Yeah.
maybe they have my interest
Love
again.
back, yeah.
I stopped caring about the Giants when they signed him, and I said that this is a terrible move, and I switched
It's been
to the
hard.
Bills. I
It's been
switched to the Bills.
Okay, that's nice
Yeah.
for you. I switched to Detroit while the Giants get their shit together.
Okay, I don't know about
Well, that's where I'm going right
Yeah,
now.
gotcha,
Okay,
gotcha.
I switched to Detroit. They're a blue team
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, gotcha,
And once the other good blue team starts
back,
like
yeah.
coming, I'll feel better. Okay, back to Josh and a CTE. He gets engaged to Hailee. The whole world really enjoys them. It feels like people support this coupling.
Yes.
His ex-girlfriend goes on.
No idea what their past was like. No idea. The course of the relationship.
It seems like they were together for like 6 years.
Gotcha.
So that's a long time.
It's a long time.
And she responds to a comment, something about like, are you happy they got, or something about their engagement. And she says something along the lines of like, I'm glad I'm not with someone with CTE, and I would rather be with an owner of the team than a player.
Kate, can you look up the exact quote? Because I believe she said, I'm actually dating an owner of a team now.
Yeah, dating.
And thank God I don't have to deal with another brain dead CTE player again.
Wow, you know that.
She
really
said,
because it hurt my fucking
did
feelings.
it? Did it?
Yeah.
What does it say?
She said, luckily my boyfriend owns a team and doesn't play for one. Don't have to be with another brain dead CTE athlete.
Like, okay, as somebody who played elite D3 college soccer for 1 year, I think that was complete sarcasm. D3 is even less cared about than D2. Which D2? Did you have players from other teams come out to support you guys? Because that's what we had. We had
for sure.
The other sports teams, the girls soccer team, come watch. We watch.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going. What were we talking about?
CTE. We were talking about not being with a player with CTE.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that was kind of crazy.
My case that I was making when I forgot the case that I was making was that brain damaged people deserve love too.
Yes, and thank you for pointing that out, Alex, because people forget about that.
People do forget about that.
People forget.
Forget about that, yeah.
So,
especially the people that have the brain damage forget about that.
Not funny, but yes.
Yeah. It's just crazy for her to say that.
She did say that she was hacked. So I feel like we have to put that in there. But also, can we just say that for anyone hacked, for anyone that says they're hacked, do we believe them?
No.
As a society?
No.
As a nation?
Most of the times when people are hacked, I don't know.
But isn't it so funny to be like, to put on her fucking story like, hey, does anyone have any help? Like, can anyone put me in touch? I've been hacked.
If you've been hacked, how are you posting this story? And if you were hacked, why was the only thing they did was comment something mean once? Like, that was what they decided to do when they had access to your account?
And like what's so funny to me is that like your ex got engaged, and so someone somewhere was like, now I'm gonna hack this ex-girlfriend that like not a lot of people know about and go on and write this comment. It just is so fishy.
Yeah.
It's so fishy and so funny to me. Like, wouldn't it be just funny to just like be like, I've been hacked? Like every time you like post anything.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Like,
I'm gonna start doing that.
Funny, like, I've been hacked. Can someone reach out?
I'm gonna start doing that.
It's so funny.
Yes, I love that.
And like we're all just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like
you were hacked.
Sure. Yeah. Someone send her some support.
That was actually how that butthole mold video came out.
Yeah, you were hacked.
I was hacked.
Like a human came into your body
and hacked me.
Yeah.
And then did
physically.
it. Yeah. All of that.
So funny.
I'm holding space for brain damaged people and for hacked people.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks for doing that.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah, you should. So do you want to tell us about Wicked?
Yeah.
Since you're holding space.
Oh my God. So I'm holding space. I'm holding space for Wicked, and this guy in the audience of my screening.
Yeah. Wait, you went to what? So you went to a movie?
Yeah. Let me start that again.
Okay, start this.
Let me start that again.
Okay. Cut this and start again for Alex's brain.
Brain restarting. So I'm holding space for the guy that was holding pee at my Wicked screening this weekend.
A guy was so the whole movie?
Yeah. So there's no spoilers.
Okay.
But similar to the Wizard of Oz, there is like part of Wicked is to go see the Wizard of Oz. Right, is to go meet the Wizard of Oz.
Okay, so Wicked also they're interested in the Wizard.
Yes, in Wicked they also are making an attempt to go meet the Wizard of Oz. Don't
you feel like with stuff like spoilers, it's like the Wicked, the Ohio Wicked. With stuff like Wicked and saying like spoiler alert, it's like, wait, this story. Not that like some people don't know the story.
No, but so I don't know the story. Okay. So I don't want anybody to tell me what happens in part 2. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it. So you're right, but I don't know anything. So
you're gonna give that same grace.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly.
totally.
Even though it's a story from 1970, whatever, whenever the fuck it came out, I don't want it spoiled.
Like I'm trying to be like imagine we're talking about Scrooge and I'm like, no spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, the Bible. What happened?
Yeah. What happens?
Yeah. What happens to this guy? I don't know.
No spoilers.
Exactly.
I'm only on Guinness.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that right?
On Guinness?
Genesis?
Oh, Genesis.
I was like, what is Guinness?
I was just saying, yeah. I was one of those things like, yeah, no, I think you're right. I have no idea what you necessarily said.
I'm on Guinness, you guys.
I'm on Genesis.
Which is the first book, so I've not gotten very far.
I've only read the first few chapters.
So it was good. You did it good. You just didn't know how to pronounce it.
Totally.
That was a great reference if you just knew how to pronounce it.
I know. It was like this close.
This close.
Could have been funny.
But so I'm holding space for this guy holding his pee.
Yeah.
Because the entire movie is leading up to them meeting the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you're about to meet the wizard.
Okay.
This guy at that moment decides, now's the time to pee. And then he gets up and walks out. Like while the big Emerald City doors are opening,
Yeah.
he's deciding now's the time I leave the theater to go piss.
Well, is it almost over?
This is like the big moment. Like
Is it?
They're gonna go meet the Wizard of Oz. Like
Okay.
everything go any other time, I feel like.
He was holding it as much as he could, Alex.
But so this is the time?
He was worried that before they were going to meet the
This is the
wizard.
climax that you're like, okay, they're meeting the Wizard of Oz. Time to go pee.
Well, I feel like...
This is the most important scene in the movie, I feel
Was
like.
it? Did it end up
It
being?
was a very important scene in the movie.
And
yeah.
was it the last scene?
No, but it was one of the last scenes. It was
Okay,
the
did
last. It was the start of the last sequence.
Did he get to... When did he come back? Were you tracking him or were you busy watching The Wizard?
I don't know if he even
Of
came
Oz.
back. I don't even know.
Maybe he was just done.
He was just
He was like,
done?
there's been way too much singing.
Yeah.
No, I've heard... Okay, so your review, giving no spoilers.
Give me no spoilers. I thought it was great.
Better than La La Land?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I've been
Also,
seeing on the internet people saying like, all the awards. So I was like, wow,
They were-
okay.
I
all
will-
the awards?
I will say, Cynthia, Ariana, everybody was phenomenal.
Right.
Bowen Yang.
What about her
I think he's
boyfriend?
hilarious. Yeah, that guy was great also.
Sponge.
Sponge. I thought you meant her boyfriend in the movie. He was great. Bach was great.
Okay.
That I don't know what his name is, but he was great. I also saw him. I saw him in Monty Python on Broadway. He was phenomenal. He's
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny like awkward character. Like he's good. But the one thing that was weird, the color was terrible.
The color was terrible.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter also. It was so muted. Like
Really?
Yeah, like the Wizard of Oz is
Which
so
is interesting
bright
because
and colorful.
they're very bright on this press tour.
Yes, yeah,
It's so bright.
Yes.
You're almost like,
But
mute the colors
yeah,
a little bit.
But and this could be like kind of because production nerds in us like
Yeah.
looking and like I've worked with colorists and like looked at like
Yeah,
different color passes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I've seen people like on Twitter be like, "Here's my color pass of Wicked," and I'm like, "Who like so
Who okayed this?
Yeah, who like when they sat down
Hundreds
to
of
watch the
people.
final cut, were they not like, like it's a little muted, like it just like it could have used more color,
That's
it
interesting.
should have been brighter, like her green should have been greener. The pink should have been like everything just should have been more saturated. I feel
Interesting.
like it wasn't saturated enough.
That's really weird. Maybe it would have been like too much the whole movie if it was so
Wizard
bright.
of Oz is so bright. Like
Is it?
La La Land is bright.
Well,
like, they're
Wizard
all
of
colorful.
Oz. Wizard of Oz was
Or
made.
it's like Technicolor. It's like Technicolor film. That's why.
It's like I don't feel like it's too bright.
No, it's not.
Maybe like Wicked is so much that they were like, this is gonna kill people if we saturate it.
I don't know. It was. I just would have liked it better. But I thought it was good. Like it was a lot of fun. All the acting was great. The story was great. Like everything was great. Like that.
So hype well is deserved.
I mean, I don't necessarily know what people are like saying it should get. Like if it should get Best Picture, I don't think so. Like I think it was a great movie, and like I think that if they had done some different things,
How'd you feel about the length?
I was ready to sit down for part 2 immediately
were.
after.
You
yeah,
were.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I fucking love.
Speaking of part 1, part 2, could I say I watched the original Gladiator
Yes.
over the weekend to prepare
Fucking phenomenal.
for Gladiator.
Phenomenal.
I watched it in 2 parts. I had to.
My God.
I 2-parted
No,
it.
you didn't.
I 2-parted it. It was great because I got to watch it 2 nights
Why
in a
did
row.
you? Oh my. Okay, where did you pause?
I paused right after he reveals himself to Caesar, like in for his first battle in the Colosseum,
How long did you pause for?
the whole night. And then I watched it the next night.
So you're telling me?
What do you mean? How long did I pause for?
All right, I'm sorry.
The
So,
whole 24 hours.
so is this an accurate reenactment?
Okay.
You watch the first half of Gladiator.
Yeah.
You hear possibly the most epic fucking speech put to film.
I'm going to get my revenge.
My
this
name is
life
Mark
or the
Maximus
next.
Decimus Meridius,
Yeah.
father of a murdered husband.
Pause. I was like, this is a perfect spot to pick it back up.
It's like the end of a chapter.
It's
and now she
perfect.
gets to
Yeah.
think about, what might happen next.
I know. Because I want to tell you, like, I love Gladiator, but, like, I was not remembering a lot. And I actually want to tell you, I did watch it in 2 parts. It's 2 hours and 35 minutes long. But I wanted to tell you.
I could have told you that.
I wanted to tell you that every single thing in that movie is necessary.
Yes.
And
yes.
it needs to be 2 hours and 35 minutes. And I thought, like,
I love you.
it was so perfectly timed. It
Yes.
it flowed so well.
Yes.
And I did have to pause it. Not on my own accord.
Why?
Waylon did wake up.
Oh, this bitch.
Waylon woke up. I had to go into her room for 30 minutes. And when I got back, Corbin was asleep.
Oh, my
So
God.
it wasn't my fault.
Oh, my God.
I was willing to like go in and take the time because I really wanted to watch the whole thing.
I appreciate
But I was
you.
like, he's going to miss the second half.
Yeah. No,
You know,
I agree.
I can't do that to him.
I couldn't do that either.
Thank you.
That's fair.
So anyways,
You're telling the truth about this, right?
Yeah,
this is
full truth.
This isn't a lie.
Speaking of
You
truth.
didn't plan to watch half?
No, I didn't plan to watch it.
Okay.
I wanted to whole dog it.
Okay.
Speaking of telling the truth,
Yeah.
I watched Dune Prophecy.
Really?
Yes, I did.
I want to watch it.
So there's 3 episodes out, which I didn't know. I thought it was
Yes.
only 1, so I'm obviously 3 weeks behind.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, everyone, I'm going to tell everyone about this show that's been
Yeah.
out for like a month.
And we're back. Yeah.
Um,
The one thing I will say is, Kate, your chapter reference there for
Gladiator.
the Gladiator thing, I kind of see what you mean there on, yeah, that's a big thing and she can go to sleep thinking about that.
yeah. Well,
But
'cause
you should just finish it.
I-
You should just finish
if I
it.
could, I would. I'll tell you that right there.
Yeah.
If I could, I would.
Yeah.
So, Dune.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Gladiator.
Yes.
Because I was thinking about you the whole time in regards to the music.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It was like, it was so electric. Alex, you're not doing it justice.
I can't.
I know.
I can't.
So, like, why are you out here?
Sorry. You go ahead.
I was like, this is amazing.
It's fucking incredible.
And I just felt like it was so... there was a part in the movie that made me kind of feel like a silly goose.
Yeah. What?
They were talking about how, like, and I kind of know this in your mind, how basically they're putting on the shows to like distract the people, right? Because
Yes,
they
yes.
didn't want, because they like wanted them to like Caesar. Like he was
Yeah.
giving them these shows, but he was giving them the shows to kind of like
Win their favor.
yeah, or like
100%.
distract from other things that they didn't like pull things away from the people.
mhm.
And it made me like sit back and just be like, oh, so like
Aliens.
aliens. But like it just made me feel like, the tops of the tops, like how we live in such different worlds
Yes.
and how our experience of Earth, like varies so much. And it feels like, we talked about being ants to
Yes.
the aliens.
Yes.
Sometimes I feel like we're ants to the
uppers.
Caesars.
Yeah.
And like,
100%.
it, for a brief moment, it makes me feel a little bit fucking juked for buying in,
Yep.
for liking shit,
Yep.
for, watching and like contributing. And you're just like, ugh.
This is so funny. Earlier today, I saw this video of Jeff Bezos walking through the Amazon warehouse,
Yeah.
and like there's a dollar indicator indicating like how much money he's making for every second, and he's talking to one of his workers who he's just walking by him, and his worker goes like, "I've been working 30 years. Like I worked at all the big places. This is my favorite place. This is the best place to work.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah." And Jeff just kind of like doesn't seem to really like care. Like,
Yeah.
But he does. He stops like, "Thanks for taking the time to like to talk with me about that. Like I appreciate it. Taking the time to say that to me."
Yeah.
And it's like he at this point he's made like $10,000 and this guy's made 80 cents.
Yeah.
And it was like this guy doesn't give a fuck about this
I
guy
know.
working here for 30 years.
I know.
He doesn't give a shit. Make me the money. That's all he cares.
I know.
But back to Gladiator.
Yeah, back to Gladiator.
The music, Sarah.
It's just chef's kiss. It really
music
it
is
draws
so
you
epic.
in. It draws you in.
I saw Hans Zimmer, his concert live. He's the guy that
Yeah.
does the soundtrack for Gladiator.
He's not doing Gladiator 2, is
No,
he?
he didn't, which is so disappointing.
How did you feel? Because you saw Gladiator 2.
So I saw Gladiator 2. I saw it twice already.
Now, can you say for the people, did you like Wicked or Gladiator more?
They're different. I don't know.
Oh no, are they
They're
different,
so different.
Alex?
I
Look, the proof is in the motherfucking pudding.
I saw Gladiator
What'd you
twice.
Yeah,
I saw
you
Gladiator
could have saw
twice.
Wicked twice.
Yeah. Well, actually, the reason I saw Wicked twice, Gladiator twice, was because I saw it once in LA and then once with my family.
Okay.
So
your family wanted to go see Gladiator, not Wicked.
My family had already seen Wicked. Without
Okay,
me.
well,
yeah,
none of these points are working.
None of these points are really working here. But they were both so good. The Gladiator music, I didn't know that Hans Zimmer didn't come back for it, but then walking out of the movie, I was like, that wasn't him.
Okay.
I know that wasn't him.
Okay.
And I know it's not him because he's so fucking cool. This Hans Zimmer is the coolest little German freak fucking ever.
Yeah.
He had a 3-hour show. An hour of it was him talking and just like hyping up everybody that he's worked with. At one point, he's talking about the woman who sings the Gladiator theme. And I felt such kinship with her when she was talking because when she started talking, she clearly didn't know where she was going. And I was like, I'm here. I've been there so many times. I've been there so many times where I start a story and I don't know where it's going to go. But she saved it with the coolest thing ever. Like at the end, she goes, so then Hans finally brings me out to his studio. He says, come, I need you to sing for me for this movie. And I'm there for days. I don't see Hans. I don't see Hans for so many days. I'm in his house. And at one point, I've had enough. I need to find him. I need to speak to him. And I go to his studio. I knock on the door. I open the door. It's dark. Hans is bent over the soundboard. He turns to me, revealing a big beard. He's pulling his hair out. He looks ridiculous. And she's like, I'm so dumbstruck by it. I thought he would have been this clean cut, like sweet, gentle man, but he looks like an animal in there. And she goes, will you need me today? And she said, he turns back to the soundboard and looks back at her and goes, no, my dear, today I kill Caesar. and then she closes the door. And I was like, holy fuck, that is so cool. Like
you
so
wish you were a
epic.
fly on the wall.
Yeah,
there.
just like seeing this like nut job, like making this music happen.
Yeah.
And he like makes his own instruments and like he goes to Home Depot and cuts up PVC piping and attaches a flute to it to extend a flute like 5 feet. Like it's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And it sounds so goddamn epic.
Yeah.
So when we watched Gladiator 2, they definitely used some of the music from Gladiator 1, but I was like I know this is not him because he would have
hit harder.
It would have hit a little harder.
What about when we watched the trailer, we felt like it was a little too much. Like we found out too much information. How did you feel in regards to like going into the movie and what was revealed and what happened? Don't tell me because again, I've tried to black out that trailer.
Okay, so I try to do the same.
Okay,
I try to do the same. I try to black out the trailer too because if you go onto our Patreon and watch, I can't remember which episode it was, 138 or it might have been 138 or 137. We watched the Gladiator trailer. Yeah. And one of those spoilers.
Yes, I don't even want to say it.
But so after I watched it the second time, like the first time I was mad that I'd seen the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm so mad that the trailer told me that.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have need to known it.
Yeah.
And then the second time that I watched it, I was even more angry about it.
Oh wow.
Because when I watched it the second time, I realized that they tried to subvert the spoiler as well. And I was like, oh my God, if I had no idea of this spoiler,
it would have been amazing.
It would have been like such a, oh my, like it would have been like, oh my God, this. Oh wait, no, oh my God, this. And it was just so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because it's like old trailers at some point, and I know we got to wrap up, old trailers used to just be.
I mean. Like,
used to just be, here's Paul Mescal, here's Denzel Washington. You're going to go see the movie.
Move over on your soapbox.
Yeah.
Make room.
That's all it had to be was, here are two fucking stars
in a world.
Yeah, that's all I need. All I need is
I'll go.
All I need is in a world where the Colosseum, where in 0 AD.
I know.
I'm there. I'm
sign
seated.
me up. Show me a picture of the Colosseum. Yeah. And I will be in line for that movie.
I can't watch trailers now because then at one point,
I agree.
if you see the main character is bald and at one point he has hair, I'm like,
I know.
All right, well, nothing that matters when he's bald matters.
I know.
Because he has hair at some point.
Know. It's so infuriating to me. I agree, and like I could actually have a whole show about it. Because I'm the type of person, I love trailers. Like I used to spend hours.
Same. I'd rewatch.
When I was pre-child, pre-husband, pre-30, pre-pubescent,
pre-full life. You now have a full whole life.
When I had time on my hands, the hours I spent watching trailers should be studied.
Yeah.
I love trailers.
Yeah.
But don't give me the movie. Sell me on it.
No. Yes.
Sell me on it.
Yes. That's.
I don't want to watch the movie. I want to see the trailer. There's a reason why I love trailers. The art of making a trailer, of getting us to the fucking theater, you got to get me off my ass.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Yeah.
Get me off my ass.
Yeah.
Don't make me say, seen it.
I love how you said that. I love.
Oh, really? Okay.
You said, I don't want to see the movie. Sell me it.
Well,
I love
quote me,
that.
Alex.
No,
Quote me again.
like truly, I want that like on a T-shirt. Like that is exactly what I want from a trailer.
I know.
Like, sell me the movie. You don't need to show me everything that happens.
I want to go see it for that purpose.
Don't show me the cool cameo. Don't show me the cool.
Don't even show
battle
me a
scene.
cameo.
Don't show me
Don't
everything.
even tell me who's in it.
Yeah, there's cool cameos in Wicked, but only if you're like a big Wicked head though. Apparently, I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, is that what it's called? A Wicked Head?
I don't know. I just made that
Oh,
up.
Potterhead.
Yeah, I feel like it's a
Okay.
typical Stan name account.
We watched the Gladiator 2 trailer in episode 137
Okay,
in the Patreon, right at the end.
we got to go to the bonus now. I think right.
Yeah, let's go to the bonus.
But if you listen on the bonus, or if you haven't, go to. But if you haven't seen
No.
Gladiator, if you haven't seen
Yeah.
Gladiator,
Don't
don't go
watch
back
that
and watch
episode.
that. Don't go watch that moment because you don't want to see that spoiler either.
Yeah.
But do go see Gladiator 2 because it's fucking awesome.
You know what's crazy is I was watching Gladiator 1 thinking of that
Yeah.
spoiler and being like, stop fucking thinking about it.
It's so.
Stop fucking thinking about it.
You know what's so great? I watched Gladiator 1 again and I watched Gladiator 2. After the first time I watched Gladiator 2, I was like, I don't know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know about that, like, that
Like, I wish we
that
didn't
line,
do that.
that line, that thing. But after watching Gladiator 1 and Gladiator 2 again, I was like, you know what? I kind of like
What they
the
did
through
there.
line.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
weave that they did.
Well, we won't say.
Yeah, we won't say.
Speaking of wishing we didn't see it, let's go to the bonus, but there's something I want to talk about,
Yeah.
and it has to do with that.
Okay.
So,
What is it? Just give me a hint.
okay, I'll give you the full thing. I want to talk about what you would choose to put back in the box.
Ooh.
But don't tell
Oh,
me.
you put that there. That's
Yeah.
what that means. Oh.
Yeah.
That's what you meant by that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So
That's a good
marinate.
question. Yeah.
Marinate. Let's go to
Yeah.
the bonus.
Yeah.
And let's talk about it.
I love it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, bye.